In today's Community Focus, we're talking education, but today not so much about your kids, but rather you.
Yeah, we're talking higher education today. Joining us live in studio, Dr. Shannon Gilkey. He's the Rhode Island Commissioner on Post-Secondary Education. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Wonderful to be here today.
So I want to start with the search for the new president of Rhode Island College. It's not something that your office handles directly, but I know you're on the search committee. So when can we expect an announcement of that new president?
Yeah, so Rhode Island College, it's an exciting year for it. Leadership transitions are a time for us to take a new breath to make sure we understand where the institution is headed. And as the search committee gets kicked off, they'll set a date, and then we'll be all excited to understand, you know, who the candidates are and how they could process through that. I'm on the committee, as you mentioned, as the commissioner, and I look forward to being a part of the process. So
that process hasn't even begun yet?
Absolutely not. No, and it's by the Council on Post-Secondary Education is leading that process, and we have some fabulous members of that board that will drive that for us.
Congressman Langevin announced his retirement. Now he's being widely floated as a potential replacement for the president of Rhode Island College. The Boston Globe's Dan McGowan noted that there's a requirement that the president must have a PhD. Langevin doesn't have one. He is a Rhode Island College graduate, though. McGowan called the requirement absurd. Any chance your office is going to change that?
Yeah, I don't have any indication from the board right now on that. Doesn't mean it won't happen. We know across the country there are presidents with terminal degrees like I have and some that do not. So we want a good visionary leader for that campus, because Rhode Island College is a gem to this state for affordable four-year degrees.
Your office right now has a proposal for money from the American Rescue Plan for kind of a higher education academy. From what we understand from your office, it would help quite a cross-section of Rhode Islanders. So who watching today right now would benefit from that?
Yeah, so it's a $22.5 million proposal from Governor McKee, and he mentioned this in his proposal that by 2030 we would have over 70% of Rhode Islanders with some type of post-secondary credential. So it's 18 to 64 adults with or without a high school diploma, adults with some college and no degree, adults that might be working two jobs, but they want to go back into higher education to get that credential they need for a job. So anyone out there that's been adversely affected by the pandemic.
I wanted to ask you about something that President Biden said during his State of the Union address. He mentioned higher ed just briefly, and he said he wants to invest in America's best-kept secret, as he put it, community colleges. He didn't offer specifics, but I'm curious what you think the federal government could do that would specifically benefit Rhode Island.
Yeah, so community college are, one of our best-kept secrets. All of our higher ed institutions really train the workforce of today and tomorrow. Over 72% of jobs in Rhode Island require some form of credential by 2030. So workforce, really aligning our community college programs to the needs of our labor shortages. And we have a lot of labor shortages out there. New jobs reports come out every day telling us that there's lots of opportunity if we have the right education and training. So that's the type of alignment we need across the country and here in Rhode Island.
Right now, Rhode Island College offers 2 years of tuition free for folks who are eligible. Obviously, the cost of higher education is obviously a hurdle for a lot of folks. Where do people start right now to start down that journey? Yeah,
so looking at where you want to work, you're looking with the career in mind, because we know that it's not just the investment of the resources, but it's also investment of your time. And if I'm out there as an adult working two jobs, taking care of family members to make ends meet, you want to make sure that it has a job waiting for you at the end. And we need teachers, we need nurses, we need cybersecurity analysts. Our economy needs people with education and training. Higher ed's the solution for that.
Brian mentioned that CCRI is currently offering that 2 free years of tuition to eligible students in Rhode Island. That's been signed into law. Do you think it should be expanded in any way to any of the other schools, perhaps?
We need affordable pathways for education and training. The Rhode Island Promise is one strategy. You know, the state of Rhode Island left $6 million of federal financial aid money on the table because our FAFSA requirement isn't being met, meaning that we have more individuals needing to understand how to fill out the FAFSA, and we can access more of those federal resources. So that's another strategy, but certainly the Rhode Island Promise has been a compelling argument here in Rhode Island and across the country to make it more affordable.
And just quickly, before we let you go, we know construction is underway for a new OneSocket Education Center. When's that going to be done, and who can access that place?
So the construction is to be completed sometime this summer, but we're already offering training in OneSocket with our friends at the Community College of Rhode Island, and adults can go to our website now and find out where that is. and what they can enroll in, and we need enrollment in those programs.
And just remind us, what is the website people should go to?
riopc.edu.
All right,
Thank
fantastic. You. Dr. Shannon Gilkey, thank you so much for being here with us today. And our local election headquarters coverage continues in tomorrow's Community Focus.
We will be joined live in studio by Michael Neary, who has recently announced his campaign to take the seat of retiring Rhode Island Congressman Jim Langevin. We hope you can join us for that.